Well, the Rams are getting ready to play the Texas Longhorns in the first round of the NCAA basketball tournament later today. I caught up with the athletic director and the president of the school this morning to talk about March Madness.
We'll start off with the very hardest question first. How excited are both of you?
I am super excited. I've been looking forward to this all season. I knew that we had a special team coming into basketball season and a special coaching staff under the leadership of Nico Medved. And to finally be here playing in March Madness is something that all of Ram Nation has been looking forward to, but it's really a dream come true for our players.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. It's been a great season. It's been great to be around this team, around these student athletes, and to see the way that they've engaged with the greater Ram community has been absolutely phenomenal. It's a great coach. It's a great group of players, and to finally be here in Charlotte, getting ready to play Texas tonight, it's going to be a fantastic opportunity for us.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a pretty great game here. I do want to talk a little bit about just the fact that the team got in the last pick to be into the tournament. John or Amy, you guys can both answer this question, but was it frustrating, at least from the committee's point? I mean, was it knowing how CSU played this year?
Well, I'll go ahead and answer first there. So it was a surprise, sure, but all that matters is that we made it into the tournament. We got to Dayton. We took care of business against Virginia, and we're in Charlotte with an opportunity to advance in the tournament here against a good Texas team. It's a great opportunity for us. It'll be a great challenge, and we're looking forward to that contest tonight.
Amy, did you want to weigh in on that too, or?
No, we are happy to have the chance, and I think that playing in Dayton was it was a lot of fun for our team. They got the experience of being able to play in the first four against a good team in Virginia, and really maybe work out some nerves about being in the tournament and help them get them ready for the big game tonight against Texas.
What do you guys want people to know about this basketball team that maybe not many people in the country know about? I mean, on paper, it's a 7-10 matchup, right? But CSU's played some pretty tough teams. So, I mean, this is your opportunity to tell us about CSU basketball. What is it like?
From a basketball team perspective, I guess the thing that is really great here is what a phenomenal coach Nico Medved is. He's put together a really great staff. They're all great people, and the stories of the players that we have on this team as well. They're just phenomenal young men. Many of them have come from D2 and D3 and are stepping up to the D1 level and having the opportunity to play on the world's biggest stage and the world's greatest sports tournament. It's a great opportunity for them. One of the most memorable moments that I have from this so far was standing in the tunnel in Dayton the other night before the game, and Joe Palmer turned to me and said, "I've dreamt of this, this night since I was 5 years old." And that's what it really means so much to these young men to be able to go off and play in a tournament like this.
Talk to us about, like, was there a large CSU crowd that followed you guys out to Charlotte, or how big is the following right now?
This has been the best part, I think, about this is, we went to Dayton on such short notice. And even then, when we arrived there are Ram fans who not just flew from Colorado, but Ram fans from all around the area, all around Ohio and Michigan and Indiana, who all started driving to Dayton, who are alums or fans or parents. And so we met so many new Ram fans in Dayton, and that's happening here in Charlotte as well. This whole hotel is filled with Rams, people flying in last night, flying in today. We've got student families. And, one thing that people might not appreciate about being in March Madness too is that it's not just our basketball team and their families. We have our band here, we have our cheer squad, our dance team, we have student media, we have student journalists who are traveling, who get the experience of being in the press conferences and being on the floor for the games and getting that real world experience. So there are a lot of students involved in this, having an incredible experience that I think they'll remember for the rest of their lives. And for the families to be able to see their sons and daughters out here participating in this is a really special experience. So yeah, Ram Nation has really turned out, and we have a big watch party tonight in Canvas, our football stadium, and we're getting pictures from all around the state of kids showing up in Colorado today wearing their Ram gear, excited for the game tonight. So the response has just been absolutely tremendous.
That's awesome. That's awesome. John, I have to ask about Nico Medved. Obviously, a great coach. Second time he's taken the Rams now to the NCAA tournament. The rumor mill is talking about, he's a great coach. There's other schools that are maybe asking for his services right now. Have we gotten to that point yet? And what's it going to take to keep Nico here at CSU?
So anytime that any school has success on the national stage, there's going to be people that are interested in what's going on in that program and how do they get from from the point of or how do they get to the point of being successful. And it's no different here. So we are certainly focused on keeping Coach Medved a Ram. He's been with us for a long time, both as an assistant and as a head coach. He's a wonderful fit in Fort Collins. His family's a wonderful fit in Fort Collins, and we are certainly focused on keeping him a Ram.
And then you also had another transfer in Nick Clifford, right, coming in from CU. Is there something about the program that maybe like drew Nick to CSU?
So Coach Medved runs a great program. He's very involved with our student athletes, not just on the court but off the court as well. And he's a great developer of young men, and I think that was a great attraction for Nick and his family to come to Fort Collins, and he has absolutely thrived under Coach Medved's leadership.
And Amy, this question is for you, and this is more of just like a bigger sports picture over at CSU. One of the goals that you had mentioned was, just bringing a new energy to CSU. You've been very in the forefront in terms of social media, actually being at events as well. So how does that all play into, bringing the best athletes to CSU? Does that play into that?
Yeah, I think it does. You have to remember I'm a CSU alum myself. So I was a student there first, a fan of the program for a long time. And I think that's what you're seeing come through in my presence in my social media. And if I can, through those platforms, really shine a light on what a great experience it is to be at CSU for all CSU students and fans, whether it's going to games, going to football games, just being in the beauty of CSU and Fort Collins, then that's my job to do that, to really shine a light on all of these areas of excellence across the university. And what a spectacular experience it is to be a CSU Ram, to be a student, to be an athlete. And when I can shine a light on, you mentioned Nick Clifford. I was with his mom and dad the other night at a pep rally, interviewing them about what it's like to see him on the floor. So if I'm able to really talk about that experience, the experience for the families, it gives a different perspective on what we're doing in Fort Collins and what a tremendous program it is. So always looking for those ways to shine a light on CSU.
Okay. I'm going to assume that you guys have filled out a bracket, maybe not on paper, but maybe in your head, and CSU is going to the finals. So who do you guys like in the final four?
I'll let John answer his, but Mountain West is a tremendous conference. We had 6 bids into the conference this year. Boise lost last night, so we've got 5 in the tournament at this point. So I am pulling for all of our Mountain West teams to go just as far as they can. But yeah, all my brackets have CSU going all the way, of course.
And why wouldn't we have CSU going all the way? So it's we've got a great tournament this year. If you just look at the quality of all the teams throughout the tournament, from top to bottom, throughout all the seeds, it is going to be a highly competitive tournament. I think we're going to see a lot of classic games, and we're going to go take care of business tonight.
I wish that was my last question. I just have one more question for John. It's actually brought up by Amy talking about the Mountain West Conference, John. A lot of people, a lot of teams, this whole conference, people are going all over the place. Teams are going from the Pac-12 to the Big East or whatever. Is the Mountain West still a viable conference in your opinion?
Oh, absolutely. If you look at the western half of the U.S. right now, it is wide open for for leadership and in ensuring that we've got all the eyeballs on the west coast of the U.S. So I think it's a highly viable conference. We're doing extremely well in basketball right now, and when we get into the fall season for football and all of our other sports, it's a great conference. I think there's a lot of upside to the Mountain West.
Thank you guys so much, and go Rams.